If you're over 18 and want to see an uncut version of this video with everything that I can't show on YouTube, the director's cut is available exclusively to my supporters on patreon.com/traplawross. This video is in no way meant to glorify or glamorize the individuals, organizations, or activities discussed in this video. The goal of this video is to document the real-life tragedy behind one of the most popular artists in rap history. No disrespect is intended, and rest in peace to everyone in this video who lost their lives. On November the 11th, 2020, Melvin Noble, better known as the rapper MO3, was driving along the I-35 expressway in his native Dallas when a car boxes him in and a masked gunman jumps out. MO3 attempts to run for his life down the busy freeway, but he can't escape the gun-toting assassin who shoots MO3 multiple times, leaving him to die in the middle of the busy freeway with traumatized commuters witnessing the execution and the aftermath for hours to come. This was a brazen, broad daylight hit, and despite wearing masks, the alleged shooter's identities and affiliations would eventually be revealed to the world. But anyone who'd been following Mo3's career closely would know that he had been embroiled in years of beef in his city of Dallas, going back and forth with his enemies in fights, shootouts, and on social media, as well as in the lyrics of his songs, with fans and followers analysing every move he made along the way. Mo3's death was sadly just the final chapter in a years-long back and forth between the city's two warring factions. And sadly, even after Mo3's shocking murder, the war in Dallas would continue to rage on. So today, let's take a closer look at Mo3, one of the most promising artists to ever emerge out of the city of Dallas, and the deadly feud which would sadly bring an untimely end to the rise of this potential superstar.
Blood, you ain't never had no fight, blood. You ain't never did nothing, blood. You scary. You scary.
Wherever you from, you will get hated the most. You know, most rappers die in their own city, man. It's a fact.
Shot me in my hand, grazed my back.
Man, I got shot in the leg. I couldn't drive. They took me to the emergency.
It's like he wasn't supposed to die yet. A comedian. He ain't no gangster. When I got in the casket, I said, this is how I feel to be dead.
A Dallas rapper is dead today after he was shot on I-35. 28-year-old MO3.
Today's story takes place in Dallas, Texas. Combine that with the nearby Fort Worth and the areas surrounding it, and that makes up the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, or the DFW. With a population of around 7.5 million in total, this makes it the fourth largest metropolitan area in the United States. Now, the state's gun laws allow a holstered carry, which means that no license or permit is required to carry a firearm. So, as long as you're over the age of 21 and got no felonies, you can legally pack heat in Dallas and protect yourself from the city's many dangers. But make no mistake, as you're going to see in this story, people take those privileges seriously. Now, the murder rate in Texas per 1,000 people is exactly the same as the overall United States. But if we take a closer look at the city of Dallas, the average rate of violent crimes jumps significantly, with the number of murders per 1,000 people more than double the US average, and the city's crime index being a 5. And that's not a 5 out of 10, that's a percentage out of 100. And one potential reason for this above average crime rate could be the fact that the city of Dallas is considered a major United States drug market, being identified by the Justice Department as a leading distribution and transshipment hub for narcotics traveling in from Mexico and going to other parts of the United States, with the DEA and local cops constantly busting drug gangs in the city. Now, gangs and gangsters seem to operate all over Dallas, and as seems to be the case all over Dallas and America and even the world at large, eventually some of those talented members coming up out of gangs would eventually end up making music, with this music finally giving the world an insight into the real goings-on in the city's criminal underworld. And over the past 10 years, when it comes to gangster rap, there are two big names that have emerged from the DFW, coming from opposing sides of town, but equally talented. These names are Mo3 and Yella Beezy. And unfortunately, as you're about to find out, despite hailing from the same city and sharing so much in common, these two individuals will grow to hate each other, with a deadly war spilling onto the streets of Dallas and into the music industry, with local citizens and fans hanging on to their every word. As a deadly war broke out, with these two battling rappers fighting to the death for the crown of who would be the hottest rapper in the city. So, to begin, let's head to the north side and tell the origin story of Mo3.